how the IT space has been supporting the Nifty, but even the mid-cap IT space has been doing well. So let's talk about one of those companies. The focus is on Zensar Technologies now. The company saw a decent fourth quarter and delivered a margin expansion of 740 basis points in FY24. At the analyst meet, the management said that they will focus more on revenue growth, just not on margin expansion. Manish Tandon, the Managing Director and CEO at Zensar Technologies, is joining us now to discuss further and the outlook going forward as well. Mr. Tandon, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. The stock is high by 1% today. There have been talks of demand revival. And you have ended the year on a strong note in quarter four. You saw growth across major segments. What is the ground activity like right now when we talk about the deal pipeline? And what are the clients suggesting when it comes to their budgets?
Yeah, I think the deal activity remains okay for us. I don't have much to complain just now. We are having a reasonably good pipeline. So not much to complain. Budget decisions and so on are, nothing materially has changed on the economy just yet. So we are not going to see any major bumps up or down till at least the US elections are over, in my opinion.
Sir, in an analyst meet recently, you spoke about investing and building domain capabilities, particularly in the BFSI segment. And this has been doing well for you in the US and in other geographies. So what is the outlook in terms of growing up this particular vertical? What do you mean when you say you want to build domain capabilities?
No, so what we are trying to do is what I call create true verticals, where we not only do work for our customer in that vertical, but we can speak their language, we can understand their business problems better, and we can help them solve those business problems using this technology. BFSI for us has been one of the leaders in doing this verticalization. So what we are trying to do now is to take this concept to our other verticals also. And that is one of the reasons why BFSI has done well for us as compared to the industry.
Okay, and the other segment that has done well for you is health and life sciences. This is after 3 continuous quarters of constant currency decline. In quarter four, you saw growth of 3.5%. Does that continue? What is the growth outlook in this particular segment?
Fingers crossed, it should continue. As you know, we just started healthcare and life sciences in September or October of last year. So this was the second quarter of that unit coming into existence. The reason we started that vertical is that I believe that it's a great vertical for us to be in, and I am very positive, I'm very hopeful that we will continue to have the momentum now that we have created and spun it off as a separate vertical.
On a constant currency revenue basis, what is the kind of growth that you are aiming for this year? What's the number that you could be comfortable perhaps targeting for the current year, considering the demand scenario and the commentary that you're getting from clients?
We don't give guidance on revenues. On margins, we are targeting EBITDA margins of 15 to 16%. Which has been publicly stated by us, and we will reiterate that we want to be there on revenues, and margins both. I have said this before. I want us to be more, our revenues and margins to be more predictable, sustainable, and de-risked. So that is what our main focus is going to be. And from an industry perspective, we would like to see our revenue growth being at least market average, if not more, for the industry.
Okay, so can you? I understand that you don't give guidance, but at least slightly qualitatively, can you guide? Will your revenue be similar to FY24 levels, or could it be a lot better than that? Maybe some hint.
It depends on the market to a large extent. As I said, if the market picks up, if our peers, if the industry grows at similar percentages than as last year, then it will be similar. If it is higher, then it will be higher. If it is lower, then it will be lower.
Okay, we still didn't get the answer, but we do get that point. A lot depends on what the industry does as well. But the other good number was in terms of headcount. You saw the attrition, which has reduced as well, came in at a 5-quarter low on a quarter-on-quarter basis. The headcount has increased versus the decline that we've been seeing so far. What is the sustainable number here?
Sustainable number will depend on the revenues that we get. We operate at a utilization of about 84%, which is a fairly comfortable utilization. Maybe we can take it up by a couple of percentage points here and there, but sometimes higher utilization leads to loss in business, which is not what we want. So hopefully, if the revenue growth comes back, then we will continue now to see headcount growth.
Okay, Ms. Tandon, finally, before we let you go, no conversation on technology is complete without talking about generative AI. So what are you seeing here? What are your plans? Are you looking to invest more? And where do you think is US as a market heading when it comes to generative AI versus India?
I think, our view is, first of all, we are working on generative AI on multiple fronts. One is from our customer perspective and a go-to-market perspective, uh, we are taking our solutions to the market. And our approach has been, rather than creating, independent solutions just dependent on generative AI, what we are trying to do is enhance our current offerings using generative AI. And that we believe is the easier path to success given the state of the technology that exists on generative AI. We are also using generative AI for our internal purposes wherever possible to accelerate productivity. And finally, we are working with other generative AI companies to help them take their product to the market. So those are the three broad areas that we are working on. As far as in the US, generative AI is generating a lot of interest. It's generating a lot of money for select companies who are at the beginning of the food chain rather than at the end of the food chain. So companies like chip manufacturers and cloud companies and so on, and anyone who launches anything to do with AI is seeing a bump in their market value and capitalization. But it's I would say the technology is really what e-commerce or internet was in the early 90s. Today, generative AI is really at that stage. If it matures and quickly and well and get adopted, it will be great. But one also needs to remember that there were other hyped up technologies like blockchain and RPA and so on, which didn't go anywhere. So we are advising our customers to be prudent in the investments that they are going to make.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Mr. Tandon, for joining us today and giving us all those details. So that's the word coming in from Zensar Tech. FY25 outlook decent, and they're expecting margins between 15 to 16%. But before